Alright, so this might be, this is a video about classes and their beliefs. Now, some classes have inherent beliefs. Paladin, if you go by the rules, is good or evil. And they believe against the opposing good or evil. So if they're good, they're against evil and pro-good. If they're evil, they're against good, pro-evil. Then you have classes like Cleric, which is kind of the same thing, but more towards a more specific about what they're for. So they might be a nature or weather domain or something along those lines, life domain, things like that. So they clearly have beliefs that are inherent to that. Then you have Rangers and Druids, which are definitely very nature-oriented. Now this video kind of came up because my player group has a Druid and a Ranger, who are obviously very nature-oriented. You also have a Cleric of Gazray, which is again very nature-oriented, and animal. I mean, he's kind of hippie. So 3 of our 5 party members are nature-oriented, which it works for our group. They're, for instance, our sorcerers caught trees on fire. And, our ranger at least is playing up the fact that, hey, this isn't right. And he also was turned off by our fighter who's decapitating people. So my question for you guys is, how do you handle this in your games? I feel like I have 3 characters who should definitely have a problem with some of the actions that are happening. Now, the Cleric has set some trees on fire with lightning. And, I haven't punished any of my players. I don't like to punish my players. I let them try to take ownership of their own characters. If they want to punish themselves, that's fine. Might be awarded, like, XP or something if they punish themselves. So the classes that have very clear rules about this in print, for example, Paladin, Smite Evil. So I did the video on Smite Evil. Most people liked my twist on it that I got from DJ. They liked the twist of, well, if you're a Paladin of nature, we'll use nature again, you are anti-chaos. Or if you are a Paladin of the sun god, you're anti-nocturnal things, or something that's opposed to whatever your deity is. Which I guess that one doesn't necessarily make sense, but the point is if it's opposed. A lot of people liked that. I had 2 people tell me they didn't like it because the book says paladins are clearly good or evil, and they're either smite good or smite evil. Whatever. I mean, I'm not telling you how to play your games. I don't really care about the mechanics that much. My players know this. Mechanics are a great thing to help run your game, but do you really need to stick by the book 100%? I mean, paladins are so generic if that's how you're playing a paladin, I'll be honest. But do you think that characters like the ranger and the druid and that cleric should have a huge problem with the trees being set on fire by accident? Because they're kind of caught in between because, hey, there's a bad guy in the tree. Or do you think that it's their character, they should be able to do it how they want? I go with the rule of fun. If everyone's having fun, which everyone is, let them keep playing it out. And see how things go. Now, I'll be honest, I probably will let their actions catch up to them eventually at a very inopportune time, because that's when it's most fun for me. And, no, I'm not talking about a TPK or anything like that, but hey, they just burned down another chunk of forest for the 7th time. All of a sudden, the druid can't cast any spells. Or the ranger, now that he's got spells, can't cast spells. Oh no. Cleric can't cast his spells. What is going on? Luckily, our cleric can do some damage with a trident. Or Ranger's got a composite bow. Normally I wouldn't allow a composite bow as a first level character, and he bought it, but excuse me. Whatever, I didn't care. I just said go ahead. Wasn't worth, changing early on. So, but yeah, and then our druid actually can do some damage with her spear. She's good at hitting, so a lot of good stuff. But yeah, how do you rule at your table if somebody kind of does something against that kind of mechanic? This kind of goes along with my other rules of fun videos, and I would probably consider this a rule of fun. But I'm gonna let the group mold themselves into what they are, and in the game they'll be punished for their actions if they do things bad, like they've been doing. Like I've said before, they're probably going to start a war between 2 or 3 towns, and they are on pace to not be liked by their own gods and deities. I'm having fun with it. I don't care. I see it going a lot of fun places, so we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll force them to multi-class or something. Don't know. We'll see what happens. I did warn one of the players to kind of let him pass on the information to the rest. I'll probably warn the others too and say, just so you know, you aren't really acting in alignment. I use it as a baseline, which is the only reason you haven't been punished yet, but eventually it can catch up to you. So with that, how do you use the standards, the mechanics of classes and their beliefs against them, or not, basically? And how would you handle the situation? I got an idea what I'm going to do. What would you do? So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. I'm out. Peace.